Hey everyone, Graynaw here, and today I'd like to suggest you read True Education, also known as Get School. It's a manhwa about Na Hwajin, a former special forces operative turned government enforcer of a modern Korea where juvenile delinquency and corrupt education systems are in absolute chaos. He was hired by the Ministry of Education's Teachers' Rights Protection Agency, TRPA for short, whose method of corruption is vastly different from the accepted ways of the current society. Hwajin under the TRPA is sent to the reported worst schools to enact systematic change and justice for victims through hands-on discipline in order to reform violent bullies, negligent staff, and entitled parents. With his past experience and current expertise, he builds the foundation for the TRPA to take root and change society for good, but the questions remain on whether this is the right course of action or something that works only short-term or will it last long-term. Every school provides different issues, but the TRPA and Na Hwajin will do what is needed to provide corrective action. So, let's get to it. True Education, also known as Get School, is a manhwa created by the author Young-tak Cham and main illustrator Garam Han, alongside other staff consisting of 244 chapters and still ongoing. It has had some controversy in the past and even still some now, but overall content and consensus view, this is a great read and it has made its return on Naver and other sites. True Education is an action drama manhwa consisting of a mix of justice, social concerns, and psychological effects bullying and violence can cause. It follows the effects of the implementation of the 2011 Penalty Prevention Act, which limited the ability of teachers to discipline students and led to an increase in delinquent behavior and even more harm to victimized students and teachers, leading to the Ministry of Education's creation of the Teachers' Rights Protection Agency, TRPA, in order to put a stop and deter this increase in violence and injustice. So, let's dive into it a bit. Our main character is Na Hwajin, a man whose childhood consisted of struggle and estranged parents, leading to his enlistment into the military, which then led to a successful career culminating into becoming an elite special forces soldier, where he learned almost all of his skills and made his connections. At some point, he found love, but a tragic incident led to an alcoholic-infused depression until a prior ally reaches out and informs him of the TRPA in order to get the school system back in order. And with this change, he became the leading force and foundation of the organization. Na is a very straightforward and confident man who doesn't shy away from taking action immediately if needed, but is also very quick to analyze situations, leading to cunning and intelligent decision-making, showing his duality in approach. He's always ahead of the game and plans accordingly, no matter who he has to deal with. For side characters, we have three main ones. Hwajin's fiercest ally is Lim Han-lim. She was a member of Han-lim Gym, which is another great story if you're interested. She is very direct and sometimes will put herself at risk for others immediately if it means defending someone. But this is not only backed by her martial prowess from a young age and now, but it is from her fearlessness in the face of uncertain odds. Lim backs up Na all the time, and they complement each other so well that once she joins, the efficiency of the TRPA increased greatly due to now having a man and woman, allowing for more, somewhat smoother operations depending on school environments. Another key companion is Daniel Hyun, a young man coming from the United States slums, surrounded by crime and poverty, with a domestic incident between his parents leading to his departure back to Korea. Daniel's way of correction involves less violence and more of a psychological approach against students and teachers. He adds a unique approach and proves to be a valuable asset to the organization in many aspects. Na takes Daniel under his wing and mentors him during his employment. I'd also like to add a note. This character is also the reason for any controversy surrounding this story. Rounding out the core trio is Sergio, a graduate from Kangsung High who conquered it in order to make it a better place for everyone, and also another reason, which I'll let you find out if you ever read her standalone webtoon. Seogyu is all about brute strength and solves her cases with the most straightforward method there is: physical strength and fighting. Seogyu provides insight into the delinquent side of schools due to her prior involvement, while also taking mentorship from Lim, leading her to stop being as reckless and use her strength much better than before. Sarah is essential to the TRPA and proves that as she gets her chance to be involved. She understands all aspects of the school environments, and her experience allows for her to have different approaches, for her to infiltrate and understand certain aspects a lot better than the others could. The main villain is the corruption of the school system by juvenile gangs, crime rings, teachers consumed by power and greed, and the parents of violent students who turn a blind eye to their actions. The system needs to be fixed, and the TRPA is simply a new method introduced in order to correct this system, and hopefully the violence goes down. But this proves a much harder task than anticipated. This story develops through the multiple cases given to the TRPA, whether it be for students, teachers, and there are even cases involving cult-like groups in which our characters take their various approaches and improve themselves in operations as they gain experience in this unprecedented attempt at fixing the chaotic school system of this world, otherwise referred to as the Blue String Universe, encompassing many stories exploring the delinquent classes. The story progresses case by case and may seem separate from one another, but as you read, you will notice it all ties together, and the larger threat rears its head the more the TRPA solves serious cases. The world is a version of Korea, plagued by violence and corruption, with many children and adults and victims of this unwarranted crime. The world focuses on how the TRPA stands against politics and the legal system, as well as how the public as a whole react to the cases and either celebrate them or condemn them. You as a reader can decide how you think a case should be handled, and that's where I think most of you will find enjoyment in this, besides the great action. True Education, or Get Schooled, is an interesting read exploring stories with added exaggeration for the story and drama, referencing actual incidents that happen in reality, which added another layer for me as a reader. I think the characters and their background, alongside the developments and changes occurring in the world with their actions and cascading effects or the organization, it has made for a very well-rounded story. The story at its surface may seem like social work or something along those lines, but don't be fooled. The action and character development will keep you locked onto the chapters. I am looking forward to the future chapters and have enjoyed reading something different from the current environment of manga and just any other story. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy reading this one as much as I have. If you have any suggestions yourself, please put them in the comments and I'll give them a read if I haven't already. I'd also like to add a note: don't let the controversy surrounding this story stop you from giving it a chance. It's very well worth the read, and before you judge or you just put it off to the side, read it yourself and see how you feel. If you feel like it's not for you, drop it, but I truly feel like you should give it a chance. Read through it, and if there's something that you don't like, or you just feel like the story is not for you or too boring, then drop it. But moving on from that, thank you once again, and safe travels.